Okay, I'm recording now. So just a minute. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to the Elendi Files, where we navigate the complexities of the global regulatory landscape of medical products, and our goal is to help make global medical product regulations accessible to everyone, whether you're a manufacturer, intermediary, regulatory specialist, or CEO of a medtech startup. You're in the right place. Be sure to connect with us on LinkedIn and our website, ElendiLabs.com. I'm Teddy, the General Manager of ElendiLabs. At ElendiLabs, we're all about connecting clients, be it medical product manufacturers, medtech startups, biotech startups, with the right regulatory expertise to get products to people faster. And today, I'm really thrilled to be joined by Andres and Yolo from Anglex Consultores, a firm that helps to navigate the complexities of the Mexican market. And we're going to be spending some time learning more about the regulatory landscape in Mexico and the Mexican Health Authority, COFEPRIS. Did I pronounce it correctly? COFEPRIS?
Yes, COFEPRIS.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, Andres and Yolo. And to begin with, could you give us a brief introduction of what Anglex Consultores specializes in?
Of course. Anglex Consultores is a consultant company that could help you to get or to facilitate the way to get the sanitary register in Mexico for every kind of product. I mean, medical devices, medicines, even supplements and cosmetics, we can help you.
Right, great. I see on your website that not only in Mexico, but in Latin, right? For example, also, Colombia, Brazil. Okay, good.
Yes, we can help you to get the license in Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, Central America, and South America, even in US.
In the US, okay, wow, that's great. And I think you don't only just provide registration services, you also provide training and audit, post-market surveillance, right? These services are included.
We have several services that we can help you. For example, post-market surveillance help. I mean, pharmacovigilance, technovigilance for all the Minister of Health that they require. We can be holder of hosting for the products. For the companies that are not having an office in Mexico City, for example, we can be the legal representative for those companies.
Yeah. You're like the license holder, right? You have to have like a legal entity, a company in Mexico, but many foreign companies, they don't have a local office, they don't have a company in Mexico. That's why you offer the license holding services for them. Okay, good. That's great. It's good to know more about Anglex, and how about let's dive a bit deeper. May I ask? May I know what are the costs and timelines like for registering a Class 1 medical device in the Mexican market?
Class 1, right?
The costs and timelines for registering a Class 1 medical device.
Class 1. Okay. Yeah. Okay. For the cost of the license for medical device Class 1, the fee for COFEPRIS is around $920.
US dollars. $920.
Yes. And the timelines to get the license could be between 6 months to 12 months. Around. It's 6 to 12.
So the fee that you just mentioned, is it charged by most agencies or charged by the government?
Is the charge for dependence for the government, for COFEPRIS, and it must be paid for the manufacturer.
But what's like the registration fee, the average registration fee for consultants like Anglex?
The registration fee is just registration fee. Or fee is different and we can share with you the list of the goals if you want it.
I think that's not the theme of today. I think we can leave it for now. We're just trying to get a brief overview of how the cost structure of the registration in Mexico. So we can leave it in another interview. Yeah, it's good to know roughly the fees, the cost structures, and but some people might describe COFEPRIS as a bit of a black box, black box, because
yes,
yeah. From I also noticed that there is this digitalization effort, which is termed as the DigiPris, right?
DigiPris, yes, yeah. Right.
How I think DigiPris was launched in 2020, so is it helping to speed things up?
2022, 2023, because was after the pandemic situation.
Epidemic situation. So has it has the digital submission replaced all manual submission? So all paper documents have been turned into electronic documents. Is it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
In fact, no, not yet. In fact, several processes are in digitalization process. Sorry for repeating process. But some of them, for example, the medical devices submission is until right now in paper. We have to submit all the dossier, all the file in paper type. So COFEPRIS is trying to do the best effort to digitalize everything, but right now is I think that will take around 2 years more to have the digitalization process complete.
So it's like 50-50, so 50% digital or and 50%?
Maybe 30% digitalized and 70% right now for the paper submission.
Okay, good. I think it's on the right track, yeah. But
yeah.
And I'm also curious about the languages of the documents. Do the documents have to be in Spanish, or the COFEPRIS also accepts documents in English?
Some of them must be in Spanish, like the instruction of use or the intent of use.
Okay.
The label, and sometimes some persons who are reviewing the dossiers in COFEPRIS could ask you to give more information in Spanish. But meanwhile, we are submitting almost all the technical information in English.
In English. Also, most documents are in English, but for labels and IFUs, instruction for use, they must be in Spanish. Okay.
In Spanish, right. Okay. Yes. And it's a good effort for COFEPRIS. And we have saved money for all the manufacturers because they don't have to translate a lot of information. That is, the technical information is really, really big. So if they will translate everything, it will be a lot of money to spend.
Yeah, because I know many foreign companies, they tend to have the documents prepared in English. So it would take a lot of time and money to simply translate all the documents to Spanish. And for international companies, Mexico has a famous equivalence agreement for products already approved by the US FDA, Japan's MHLW, and Health Canada. Is it helping foreign companies to enter the Mexican market? How much time and money does it actually save a manufacturer?
At this moment, COFEPRIS or Mexico are already updated all the equivalence agreement. So at this moment, the approval for this kind of license will be around 8 months to 1 year or less. Depends on the complexity of the dossier, and depends on the person that who are reviewing the dossiers. So this is a very good time. And by other hand, the money saved that the manufacturers are saving, will be a good one, because the technical information is less. For example, we have to submit to COFEPRIS all the resumes about the technical information, for example, the biocompatibility test, the laboratory test, the stability test, the sterilization test. All this kind of information could be a resume or a summary. So they are not giving all the information, and the dossier is a little bit smaller than the traditional pathway.
So it actually helps because less documents are required, so they might spend less time reviewing the documents. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, but have you done any project on this type of product with foreign
submission?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were submitting around 10 in this using this new agreement, equivalence agreement. So we are waiting for some approvals, but the other were approved and very good. Sorry.
Good. Okay. And one more question from some manufacturers. Some manufacturers might be concerned about the registration. In Mexico, if a manufacturer uses a distributor as their registry holder, they sometimes find their business hostage to that distributor. So how does Anglex help manufacturers maintain independence and control over their own sanitary registry?
Okay. This registration can be addressed through a structure known as a holder or hosting. So that this host or this holder has no commercial implication in terms of sales or distribution. In fact, acts as legal representative for the manufacturer in Mexico. This allows manufacturers to operate with multiple distributors without generating conflicts. Anglex offers this kind of service, holder services, specifically for supporting foreign manufacturers, helping to keep their own registration and to be able to contract or to include in the registration in the license several distributors as they want. So we can help them to be the legal representative, to be the owner of the license or the sanitary register, and they could decide which could be the distributors.
Okay. How long is the validity of one license? Like 5 years?
In this moment is okay. In this year, the regulatory. Let me find the word. Sorry, let me think about the word. The regulation. Sorry, the regulation was changed, and the life of the license could be or will be 10 years.
10 years.
All the license, 10 years.
All the license. Well, it seems great. And cost saving.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it's...
Sorry?
I mean, it helps to save costs because you have to pay to renew the licenses. So...
Yes,
and
every 10 years.
Yeah, and less work for a validity of 10 years. Well, it's rare to see countries to offer such like premium. Yeah, it's because for Hong Kong it's usually it's 5 years, and for most other countries it's also like 5 years. So I haven't heard of anything longer than that, but yeah. the Mexican government is doing a great job. The COFEPRIS, yeah.
Yeah. We are harmonizing this situation as Colombia did, because Colombia has the license, the life of the license is 10 years. So we are harmonizing with Colombia too.
So harmonizing across the Latin America.
Not all the Minister of Health in Latin has the same time. Yeah, but I hope so in the future. They
Mexico.
will be harmonized.
Okay. Wow. Good. And some people also reflect that Mexico has strict technovigilance or material vigilance, which means post-market surveillance for medical devices. So, and what's the timeline like for reporting safety cases in Mexico for medical devices?
At this moment, we have to report every 5 years because the regulation was with the life of the license for 5 years. After this change, because we are having this new approval for 10 years, I'm not sure. Let me search, because I'm not sure, because this is new. If we have to submit the technovigilance report every 10 years as the renewal, but I'm not sure. I think that is the same, but the technovigilance report is used for the renewals process. So if we can change, if we are changing for 10 years renewal, then I assume that we have to give this report to COFEPRIS every 10 years. But I'm not sure, because this is a new change in the regulation.
Okay. So you're not sure about the future requirements, but for now, how often do you have to submit?
5 years.
5 years, right?
5 years.
Okay, 5 years.
Yeah, around 4 years and a half, because you have to submit the renewal process before the 5 years.
Okay. But for safety case reporting, what's the timeline like to report a safety case? For example, I got injured after using a medical device, and I report the case to the manufacturer or the distributor. How long does the authority allow before so what's the timeline like for reporting the case to the authority?
As soon as you know that you have this situation, this incident, the manufacturer knows about, must to notify, for example, the holder, and the holder must to notify to COFEPRIS as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. But any regulations that stipulate or that mandate like that the people aware of the event should report it within like a timeline, like 48 hours or 72 hours, any such requirements?
I think it's around 72 hours.
72 hours, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And we also have questions about the family grouping for registering medical devices, because there's an increasing trend that companies register their medical devices by grouping their products. And can you explain how family grouping works in Mexico and how a smart grouping strategy can significantly reduce a manufacturer's total regulatory spend?
Okay. I understand that some companies in Mexico are trying, or they suggest to register one SKU for license. That is not useful for the companies, for the manufacturers, because they have to spend a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So the best way to do that is to group these kind of medical devices using the intent of use. If the intent of use is similar or the same and the only difference is the dimensions, measures, or maybe the colors, for example, you can include all of them, all this family, in one license because the intent of use is the similar or is the same.
You mean if it depends on the indication?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it depends.
Not even the material, the manufacturing material, no, the indication of use.
The indication of use. But I think it also takes experience for RA, for regulatory specialists to go over the documents and the indication of use, because I don't think many people, especially people from outside Mexico, can do that, because it might take experience and some effort in identifying the same category of indication of use.
Exactly, how to group. In fact, we are helping all the companies that are working with us to, maybe they don't understand very well how the regulation works in Mexico, especially for the grouping families or the grouping SKUs, but we ask for the information, all the information about these products. I mean, the IFU, or maybe the indication of use, or maybe all the information that we can let us to understand how works the medical device. So we are helping the companies that are working with us to group and to showing them or to giving them all the I don't remember the word, sorry, all the lines to use for grouping the families. And we ask the companies if they want to have one license, or for commercial decisions, they want to split, for example. But if they decide to have one license, maybe 10 or 100 SKUs, we can help them. Because we are, yes.
Good. And do you have like a case sharing? For example, there's this one case that you actually help the client to save money. I don't know how much, like $1,000 or $2,000 by grouping their products, the medical devices, into like one family or two families. Do you have such cases for sharing?
Yes, maybe one company was saving around $5,000 because we were helping them to grouping one family of SKUs. The dimensions were different, but they received wrong information, and they understood that they have to split all this family in several licenses. They were thinking to have around 7 licenses. So we were reviewing all the information, and we group everything in one license.
In one license, okay. Good.
Yes.
Good to know that.
It was a very good.
Yeah, good to know that Anglex is really helping the client to save money by using the expertise to categorize, to group the products. Well,
Exactly.
These are incredibly practical, boots on the ground perspective and insights. And for everyone listening or reading the transcript, we'll be featuring the Anglex Consultores as a vetted specialist firm on the ElendiLabs platform. And thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
And we will see you on the platform. And if you haven't checked out our website, please head to ElendiLabs.com and be sure to connect with us on LinkedIn.